Right. Oh, I'm gonna do another video on the Olo markers, and I've been adding to my collection, so I got a pretty good set so far. I think I've bought like 5 of the, you see the ones, the sets. So I bought like 5 of the sets because the colors don't repeat themselves in the sets. So you can kind of just buy a set of them and get a good variety of the colors. So I did pick up a new pencil, this right here. It's a 7.4. So I really liked it. It was kind of dark, so I thought it'd be better in some of the shadows than the really browns. So it was a little less chroma in this one right here, as far as not being so bright. But I was just gonna give this right here a spin, see how things work out, you know. I'm not like a marker artist, so we'll just Olos are really nice, and I like playing with them, so I'm just gonna play. You think it's funny? I got all these colors and it's like, oh, I need something I don't have always. I just push from dark to light. Let that dry out a little bit. So basically I'm putting color in first, and then I'll come back and worry about the values. I want to see how dark this actually goes. It's not too bad. Whew, that's dark. But we will get into that color. I want to get into it so bad. We'll wait on that one. Cool. Looking for twos. Most of these are fours. They have a coding system. Yeah. On them. I haven't quite figured it out 100% yet. This is fine. It's supposed to represent what the color is. Let's go with this pinkish. It's a 4. I mean, it's way away. It's not too far away. Test it out right here. I think that's what I was using right here. Okay. It's a little darker. Let's test it out in here. It's not too bad. Is that the same color I was just using? I wouldn't doubt it. Like I say, I have no clue what I'm doing, but I'm just putting some color on here, right? I'm the type, once I get the color on there, I think this is running out. Yeah, see how it's white? I gotta try to brush this through here. So I've been playing with these colors not keeping up. You know, I wish there was a way to tell, you know, that it's other than it's dead. So it's dying out on me right now. It kind of sucks. Let me get it out here. Yeah, once they're dead, see, they're dead. So I need to place an order, right? But I used it a lot. Okay, we're gonna go to the next one then. See if this will work. Holy smokes, that's what we used over here. I don't really have a system yet. As far as like building up, sometimes I'll do like with my acrylic paints. I work with like triads. Like I'll have a dark, I have a medium blue, right, or my blue, the color, let's say, that I wanted to do, right, and then I'll pick like a lighter blue for a highlight and a darker blue for the shadows, and then I'll come back and use black and stuff to work in the values. So I don't really have a system designed yet for myself to kind of move through color. So this is going to be our light. So let's go ahead and put some darks in there and see where it goes, right? Yeah. Let's go find some dark areas. I don't want everything being dark, so I'm just going to push it out. See, that has like an ochre. It's more pushing, it's pushing into that yellows, you know? It's more this than what the color that I was working with. So I'm gonna try out my new color and see how it wants to play in here. So it's more of a darker brown, which orange on the color wheel, brown sits just next to that orange. It's just black added to orange. So a lot of this I'm doing probably, and then ochre sit above that yellow. So that's like a yellow. If you can imagine a yellow color going, adding black, but not going so much to green, you know. It's an ochre, which that kind of makes no sense, but I'll just start playing around with it a little bit here. That's all I wanted to do, is just someone that's not really a marker person playing with markers, you know? Sometimes, you know, it's like someone that don't know how to fish can sometimes catch a fish. Not too much difference in these two colors right here, honestly. Let's put that there for now. Let's go get some values in there. We can kind of see what's going on with these colors that we've used so far. It's a 5. I do like a 3. Yeah. Because we don't have a lot of color on here yet. We just getting started, right? All right. And the grayscale kind of already has our values changing around a little bit. This is what's cool. It's going to be darker. And I go in my 0 and push from here down. Yeah, I didn't like that yellow, but we live and learn, right? I don't really have a pink. I got this red violet, so sorry. Lady, you're gonna have some goofy looking lips for a little bit. Do some blue eyes, maybe. Yeah. Something like that, right? Where's the one? Where's the one? Ooh, I'll use this. Let's see how this looks. It's kind of green. That'll work. I'll probably come back with pencil and everything, you know? Oh, I didn't notice I had this violet. Oops. I'll give this something else, you know? That's the one I used. Alright, so now it's not very organized. I got a billion excuses, trust me. Look at every one. I even use the dogs on my foot. I messed up because the dog was on my foot. He lays under my table. Cool. Let's play around with some yellers. Let's do this damn. I know this yellow right here because I use this like crazy. I'm gonna hit it all, and I'll come back with my white at the end. Clean this up some. Throw some orange in there, things like that. So let's do this. This is, I think, I don't know, I could put color in here, but I might throw some green into this. Let's do some more skin tones here. Give it a second to dry. Thinking, dude, you just jumped the shark there. You gotta be smarter than the tools you're working with, right? That's what my daddy used to say. You gotta be smarter than the tools you're working with, boy. Explain. I guess kind of what I'm doing here is like this isn't done. That's not done. This isn't. I'm setting up. I'm putting color in. Then I'm gonna mix it to the this color. I'm putting hues in. Okay. I'm putting yellow. I'm putting orange. You know. I'm putting these hues. That's in on this color wheel. Those are kind of hues. And then I'm going to dial it in a little bit. Just kind of push it to where I actually want the color. You know, like this yellow I think is called daffodil yellow. And, you know, whatever these are, buttercup and stuff like that. You know, I don't even know if it says it on the marker. Yeah, butterscotch, buttercup, daffodil. If I was going to talk about hue, I would say yellow. These are yellows, right? Now, when you get specific into color, then you're dealing. Okay, now this is daffodil, but I don't care. It's yellow for me right now. I don't care about it's not going to stay daffodil. I just needed a yellow, right? So then my next step is not to take, what is this? Because I'm going for red hair, basically. Let me get that out there real quick so you understand about where I'm going. This is a marigold, and here it's an orange. Okay, well, that's the color. But here, this is an orange too. So well, orange red. So these are the, think about the, you got the hue, yellow. Now we've got the color, but then now we're gonna push away from this. See, it didn't matter what color I used because I'm pushing away. Now I'm gonna add the values to it, right? So it's gonna change. It's no longer daffodil, correct? So just get that yellow on there. Now I'm gonna come back with this orange, and what I'm doing is I'm building up to a red, a nice, vibrant red. So now I'm going to come in with this orange here and kind of take over some of these areas here and push up into that, right? So there's me pushing into that. It's no longer daffodil, and it's not, what it was this one again? Marigold. Okay, so we're not, we've left that, right? So why did it even matter? It didn't matter. I found a hue, yellow. I knew I needed yellow. And I found one that kind of met where I needed to be, which was that daffodil, I think. So once I got that daffodil in there, now I'm going to put this marigold. But I'm going to come back with grays and all kinds of things, and I'm going to push it right. I'm just going to tweak it and dial it in. Same as I did on that face. When I was doing this, I know everybody said, oh my God, he just jumped the shark there. Yeah, but I needed it, and then I dialed it in to where I wanted it. It's not done yet. I'm still going to do some dialing, you know, and I'm going to come in and blast some more color on there, right, that I need, and then I'm going to tweak it and push it to where I want. If you can push and take control of colors, but that goes back to color theory. And I'm not talking about a Juilliard education. I'm talking about basics. That's what people get confused when they think basics is color theory is so huge. It's mind blowing. All the different, you can go technical, like if you can go down to talking about the wavelength of violet versus red, and violet has the shortest wavelength on the color spectrum. You know, the way, you know. So, you know, you can get crazy and just get into it. It goes into physics. I mean, Isaac Newton invented the color wheel. You know what I'm saying? That's like science. You know what I'm saying? So this stuff's been around for a long time, and everybody got to put a little piece of themselves into it. And so now you're sitting here trying to decipher. But I think what the definition of basic is, people think is hard. You know, and it's not. It is a little daunting, and it takes a little bit of understanding of what you're looking at. And, you know, dude, you're just doing a freaking, you know, grayscale color page. Yeah, but I want it to look cool, so I'm gonna take the time to learn. But I'm on the other end of it, see, so it's hard for me sometimes to relate to people, and I'm trying really hard on my channel to relate and put and kind of push, you know, people in a better, I don't want to say better, but in a direction that will help them the most. That I think now, I may be confusing the hell out of people sometimes on my channel. And I get that, and I apologize if that's the case, but I think first of all, you should understand what basic is. Basic isn't the normal color wheel and stuff like that. Yeah, basics a little bit more than just that. So now I'm going to push orange marigold into my yellow, which is, I think, what was it, daffodil or something like that. So I'm just finding what I'm looking at is the areas so I can get the best highlight. And when I'm done, I don't expect to see any yellows. I don't. But I'm not blasting them yet. I'm building up to where I want it to be. Do some of these fine lines here. Kind of. That got me. I use I play around with like pit pens and things like that, which you can have 4 different pens, all the same color, different tips. So let me show you. See, like this is my pit pen, one of my pit pens. This is the Faber-Castell. So, and this is my grays. It has all of them. So it's just different tips, same colors, just like that. There's a very fine line. But you have to work with what you have, And then you have, a more broad line. But these are different inks. They're Indian inks. Awesome set, But you're going to leave, it's going to have line. It's not going to be like this marker. This marker, I'll trade the fine tip for the way that this blends and the way that I can push back on the color. See how dark this was? I came in with that 0. And basically what I did with that 0 is I diluted the color. It's almost like a bleaching. So if you have a cup of coffee and you pour half out and you pour milk into it, you know what I'm saying? You diluted it. And that's what I think is the paper's like milk. Think of your color as coffee, right? So if you can go in there and dilute out a color, you're going to get more of the paper, more milk, right? So that's kind of how the ebb and flow between ink and paper is what you're doing. And you need a medium, you need a solvent, let's say, to do that. So you could go get some alcohol, put it on a Q-tip, and ease those out. And I think that'll probably work with any of your markers if they're alcohol markers. I think you'll be okay. You don't have to have like a special pen. I think it's nice to have. It kind of came in the set, and now I'm married to it. It's like that. It's like an arranged marriage, I guess. Now I can't get away from it because I love it. That's funny. I'm sorry. It's early for me, so I'm just playing. I'm taking my time. I'm looking at stuff. Say, hey, I want more there. I want more there. I want more there. And you're probably thinking, well, just get on with it, dude. Let's go. But this is me. I'm just playing, pushing this color around. And then when I get done playing, oh man, I don't know if I can do that line. There, that's close enough, right? Yeah. It's close enough. We'll throw some orange right there. And I'm trying to clean up the image now. Right now, I'm just kind of trying to make some of these definitions, basically. So cleaning up around my edges and things like that. Kind of push some of this out there. And if it doesn't work out, we'll bring in our pencils and church it up a little bit, right? Now I always laugh at myself because in the end, I'll look at what I've done and I'm like, dude, you could have just went. But I'm more in tune with, you know what I'm saying? I'm more in tune with the image. I'm coming in, I'm kind of giving everybody, every spot of this a little bit of love. It's like I'm making decisions on every spot. I'm not just being chaotic and come in and just go, which maybe that's the way it would look. I've never done that. I don't know. I might be wasting my time right now. So let me know in the comments if I just waste my time. I'm sure there's 20,000 different ways of doing stuff, and I have a way of thinking, and I can't break free from it. You know. I like the way I do it because I feel like I'm getting the most out of my image. This is the part that I like, right? Most people want to, and so they can hold it up and show it to their buddies. Look what I did, or they can take a picture of it real fast and snap it onto the Facebook site or something like that. I'm not that way. I could care less. I could care less about the end result. I pretty much toss everything to the side when I'm done, because I got the enjoyment. You know, it's not point A to point B for me. It's the journey between those points that I enjoy. This is the relaxing part, and I'm not going to add stress to it, thinking I need to keep up with whoever's doing what on, social media or something like that. I'm just doing what I enjoy. In my art, I stopped doing commissions a long time ago because it was just, people bring you pictures and they want you to draw it and everything, and it's like, you know, how many of those can you do before you burn out and you're like, I'm done with this. I'm tired of people telling me they want this and they want that. Now I just tell them, then you draw it, you do it. I'm doing my own thing. I'm almost 55 years old. I'm done playing around with other people's stuff. A lot of people will balk at me for even doing grayscale coloring images. It's like, I'm going for that flamey, fiery look now. Pushing this up in there. I don't know what that is. I think I think that's like her cape or something, maybe. I might have messed up. That's why I was around my mouth. Starting to dial it in now. Right. Yeah, that's her cape. Oops. Something. Oh well. Not a big deal, right? I like that. Ooh. It's a lot of chroma. That's a high. Let's don't go that far. Let's do this one. And it's gonna like we jumped the shark at first. There's still a lot of wet ink out there, so it's just it's moving around a little bit more than I want it to. So probably let it dry, but I ain't worried about that. Now remember, we're working with color, and let's establish a rule. See if you can go by this rule. See if you can worry about number one. Maybe pick your hue. Okay, I need a yellow. Then pick your color. All right, let's use daffodil, buttercup, whatever. Choose that. All right, do that. Then, now I'm still in that phase. Next phase is I'm gonna mess with my values. Now, when I mess with my values, I'm gonna ruin the chroma in some areas and have it off. to where it doesn't belong where it's at. So that third step is you coming in with your color. Remember which color you use, you know, so you're not doing some things that I did down there. And then come back and adjust the chroma out. And then come back and put like the little white highlights and things like that, and maybe come in with your pencil and church it up a little bit. But that's how I think of it. It's kind of like most let's call them fine artists, professionals would do. That chroma really matters. That's why it's at the end. It matters so much that when you step away from it, the chroma needs to be perfect. You've got your values done, right? You've got your color hue. You've done your values, and then you're gonna tweak it with that chroma. Bring it up and down where it needs to be, and that kind of has you basically taking a step back to your color and your value and try to tweak that chroma. Oh, that's it. That's her cape. We're gonna do a red cape. Oh, too far with the flicking. I did accept a commission off of for acrylic painting, and it's a guy. He's got a company doing 3D printing, and I paint like I do like, you know, the miniatures for like wargaming and stuff. That's what I was doing years ago. So he wants me to paint some stuff for him. And I gave in. He's an old buddy. Plus, he just redid all his 3D printers. And part of the deal is he gave me a printer, one of his old. It's kind of older, but I'll probably never use it. So I haven't been really gung ho to do the paintings. He texted me last night. It's like, any word on those paintings? Yeah, I got a word. Incomplete. Just about got a color finished. Ooh, I don't know if I can get in here. This is gonna look stupid if I don't. Try to pick up that red chroma right there. These tips, I don't know what they're made out of, but I am beating the heck out of this tip. And it's holding up. It's just bouncing right back. It's not picking up a lot of different colors or anything. It's an amazing tip. Push some of this yellow. I got little spots of yellow I'm trying to just blaze over real quick, you know. I don't want them, I don't know if direction matters too much, but I really don't want yellow. I can't stand to see where red's getting highlighted so much with yellow. It's like, I think I did a video on it one time. Just let red be red, you know. Don't make it pink. Let that, build that chroma up a little bit. Let it be red. I studied like the hair color, you know, the auburn and red hair and stuff. And there are some really orangey, yellowy hairstyles out there. But, you know, I'm just talking in general with red. I mean, there are specific times when, you know, you want to do basically an orange or a pink in the red. Yeah, I think I'm almost there. Hit some of them, knock that yellow out of there. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty vibrant, right? Let that go down. It's pretty cool when you start putting color and you start noticing, hey, you still got white page out there. Because like I said, this isn't done. That was just like me doing something, you know, get some color on there, and then I'll start working my way into all this stuff. This is a cool color right here. Ooh. I'm not really familiar with all this stuff, so I don't know if I've already used this or not. It is kind of dark. help out that shadow a little bit. Bring that, all I'm doing, see, let's bring chroma up. Like this, you could say that's orange, and it's be desaturated down so far. So when you come back and with color into that, you're just adding. And then you can come in as my true love here. Blend that out a little bit, you know. Maybe you just give it a touch here and there. There we go. But I'll come back and mess around here. This is going to be a huge, very long video. I might just kind of finish up the hair part of it and stop it and see if I want to come back and do any more. Might not. Now, if you do not want to destroy your chroma, let's say, and by coming in and using a gray or something like that, then you can come backtrack with your orange or something like that, you know. You can come back with your orange into some of these areas here and push a little bit more, or you can back up to a darker orange or something like that, like this right here, and use it and push and start pushing your shadows and start, you know, really looking at the dark spots and just hitting those. Something like that there. Just find them where they're at and give them some love. You know, start pushing things back to where it needs to be. This doesn't need to be that close. In other words, the chroma needs to be taken down a little bit here, a little bit there. Doesn't belong there. So basically that's what values are. Values as light reflects color back to your eyes, right? So in the absence of that light, there's not a lot of reflection coming back to you from that space. So less color travels to your eye. So it's got to be darker. The absence of light is dark. So we're looking in here, we're not saying should this be this or that. I'm looking at this saying, does the light reach my eye from there? If it doesn't, then I have to desaturate that area, you know? So does the light reach me from back there? No. From there? No. How about underneath here? Well, it's gonna reach me, so I don't want to kill the chroma, right? So I may not want to go in there that dark. I may want to go in there with something like this right here and see what it does first. If it's not enough, then maybe travel to the next color, next darker. And these are cool grays, so I don't have the warm set yet. So understand that when you cool things off, when things are cooler, they're actually further away, which, hey, that works for us, right? And let's say you had a neutral gray. It wasn't a cool gray. It didn't have that little bit of bluish, you know, blue is cool. Excuse me. You just had a neutral gray, white, black, boom. Anytime, if you were to come in here with that neutral gray and put it next to all this warm color right here, then that neutral gray would become cool, you know. And if you take that neutral gray and you put it in an area where there's, say, under the ocean, let's say, where all the blues and stuff are, it's gonna look warm. So just remember that as you're pushing and pulling that color. What do you want to do? So if you wanted to keep it cool, you might want to stay with your cool colors. Like if I wanted to keep this warm, I would probably need like a warm gray versus using neutral gray or a cool gray, right? Because the neutral gray next to that warmth is going to look cool. Now another trick is greens. Woo, that's green. I mean, it's like a turquoise. Wow. No, I want that. Let's see. Okay, I can live with. See how I did that while I'm doing that? Because I'm looking at this. This. I'm looking at the different. Let's say chroma. High chroma, low chroma, right? High chroma, low chroma. Because it's blending more with the paper. Same as come in, add the zero marker is pushing this to that. Same thing. So I don't know if I'm being redundant by using that and this technique. It's almost like I'm thinking in my head I could just plaster this thing and go from there. So what I got? I got green. Let's see how bad I mess this up, right? Yeah. What might work better is a cyan. Because technically, I'm not trying to get into a huge conversation about this, but technically, red and green really aren't opposites on. They are on like the normal color wheel. I don't have my color wheel around me, but they are on like the normal color wheel. Red and green are opposite, but when you start adding into I add cyan and magenta to my color wheel, and then the magenta steals that green from the red and replaces it with the cyan. So if you're thinking of, and still, you think, oh, that's advanced. It's not. That's still basics. I'm just trying to push it. Push it. But I'm kind of overworking all this. I'm playing basically. This is how I learn right here. I'm gonna take this yellow and see if I can push. Yeah. I don't want to go too orange, right? I don't know how these tips hold up because I am hammering these tips. It's insane. It just it bounces back. It's like, man, what are you? I'm really interested to know what this is made out of. It's almost like, I don't know if you've ever used like the magic, there's the magic cleaner. I don't know, the cleaning pads, magic eraser, that's what they call it, isn't it? I don't know if you've ever used one of those. It's kind of like that tip is made out of that, but the magic erasers fall apart when you use them. But that doesn't. It's pretty cool. So I think I'm where I want to be on that. I'm just going to kind of shut my mouth and do some work here. In fact, I might stop this and restart it so I don't go over. Ooh, that was a good save because I was over an hour. I can't believe it. Hour flies, right? But, alright, let's go have some fun here. Ooh, this is that one that's dying on me. I gotta remember to order. In fact, I might as well just take this guy off. Right there. See? Take it off. You can. So I'm gonna have a system here where, okay, I need to reorder them. And the bad thing is about 2 hours ago, I made an order to Olo and ordered because they aren't giving me anything. Unfortunately. I even asked, I was like, I could do a little something on my videos. And they probably looked and said, dude, you don't even have 500 subscribers. Ooh, that one looks like it might be dying too. Oh well, let's go in here. We'll just plaster this on there while we can. Oh, this is that one that goes, kind of goes to that ochre. Pushing out. Let me catch some of this back here. Let me push all the way up. I'm not going back and forth. I'm only pushing up, up, up. See how the tip is white? This one here. I've killed these markers. I've been just blasting pages for about a week and a half, 2 weeks before I even thought about doing a video. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna look like a fool if I don't know what I'm doing at least. I'm not entertaining, so I might as well have some content that, you know, is actually beneficial. Yeah, we'll go with this. Come on, baby. Come on, Olo. It's like a little puppy. Come on, Olo. Yeah, that's me being entertaining. All right. All right, we'll do your friend then. Woo! That's going to put some. It's going to put some peachies in there. It's going to get peachy, y'all. Ooh. I'm not mad. I'm not mad at all. I am not mad. I'm about to watch this video, see what the heck I just did. I'm loving it. There we go. What's up with that right there? Dang, we forgot it. Oh man, I always forget it. Oh, that worked. Push it in there. It's so dark, the chroma's just gonna just die. There's another ear. Come on, really? Is that an ear? Yeah, it is. All right, it needs a little love. It can't be that bright where it's at, right? So these are the questions we ask each other, you know, or you ask yourself each other. Ask yourself these questions, you know, does it really, is that ochre looking color? Yeah, it is. But, I'll talk about, ooh, that's going to be dark. That's all right. We're going to kill it off anyway. There you go. Them ears are going to be disappearing soon. Yeah. We still got some love we got to give to this hair in some areas. Got a little bit of yellow showing through, things like that. We'll get in there. We'll church all that up a little later. Man. Ooh, that's dark. All right, let's get into this right here because we got our focal point, you know? Something like that. You can see how much attention I've paid to that, and trying to make this something. So we can forget about whatever we're doing. You know, we're kind of doing, it's kind of like this right here. Well, that. But there, I was entertaining again. But anyway, that's kind of like a running joke around my family. But you need to be more entertaining. I'm not a... Ooh, that's dark. I kind of want something dark there. I don't want to go that dark. What is that? 4.7, 4.8? No, we won't do 4.8. How about a 4.1? 4.3? 4.1. It's that ochre looking thing. That pink's fixing to die. Yeah, I need to pick the chroma up, right? So let's get a red. We'll try to save this chroma. Don't touch the teeth, don't touch the teeth, don't touch the teeth, don't touch the teeth. Oh, touch the teeth. And I touched the teeth again. Dang it. Yeah. Oh well. Oh well, we got a Sharpie. Alright, we're doing this, right? Yeah, that's what we're doing. Kind of do an outline and then push up. I think I'm going to take and go watch some other videos. I'm about ready to learn a little bit myself, you know. I used to do the Prismacolor. Used to drive me up the wall. Because I couldn't do, like, I'm so loose when I do stuff, you know? Basically, I'm finding a spot that's still dark. And that's where I can land this and then pull out of there. So this right here, across here, should be kind of darker. So if I come here and kind of apply it up like that, and then turn it around, and from that spot, apply outwards. And then from here up, apply. And then from here to there, apply across. See? Dark to light, that kind of thing. It's kind of what I'm doing. And you're gonna have some irregularities as far as the color. Once it dries, don't make that decision yet. Don't say, oh no, let it do what it's doing and then come back. Let it dry out, basically, is what I'm saying. Push up out of this dark area, right? This is all gonna be dark, and then push, right? And you'll get that variation in the chroma. Is gonna be high chroma to desaturated with white. The page, you know, coffee and milk. Push. Kind of like that, you know. And then we'll come in, and we got a few small lines, only because I'm not doing, you know, you see a lot of anime and stuff like that or whatever, they use very bold, and they use their colors, blend their colors that way. I can't do that. I don't like that. To me, it's not for me. It's not the way I want to do it. So I kind of do little flicky flicks, or whatever you want to call them. And that went dark as heck. Oh my gosh. That's alright. That's alright. I just don't have this organized enough. No. I don't. Let me get all my braids together. gray. Polygon gray. Missing somebody somewhere. No, that's my eraser. Is that grays? Yeah, there it is. There, this is the kind of area we want to be in right here. Kind of the same thing. Dark, light, dark, light, dark, light, dark, light, dark, light, dark, light, dark, light. Dark, dark, dark. Much dark. And look at it. This marker's dying. Good night, man. It's kind of aggravating. I don't mind the refill. I get it. The way I use them. Yeah, I'm gonna go through a lot. What I hate is not having the thing that I need right now. You know what I'm saying? I hate that. It's just like, man. So I'm gonna kind of push this light to dark here. And we killed the chroma, of course. That's okay. There. I'll just boogie right across that right there. Let that dry out. I think what this marker is doing is catching that, it's catching a little piece of that grayscale. Look, you can see stuff through the page. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Look, you can see the blue. I don't know if that's a good sign or not. That's okay. We shall get through it. I just need to lift it. Where I went in, I pick that chroma up a little bit. This thing needs to dry. It's all being wet. Dang, it looks like she's selling bananas. All right, I think I'm gonna wait and let this dry off and come back. Trying to work out this I don't know. I'll leave this part kind of white. push that back out of the way. This is pretty dark here. That's part of this cloak here. I'm just going to push it out. Don't worry about it too much. And I'll probably go ahead in here. Go lay down, dog. Oh, junk. I just messed up. That was the darker one. Oops. Let my hand get in front of my brain. Get out of there. That's alright. All we did was kill the, basically we killed the chroma, right? So we just go back and add in, if we can. We need some chroma. We need some chroma. Oh well, it is what it is, right? There. Let it dry. I'll come back and play with it a little bit. This looks like it would do good right here. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. Just playing around. Light brown here. I don't think that's what I want. Make that gold, let's say. getting close to being done with this. I know it goes off in distance, and I kind of fuzzed a few areas, but that's what happens. Not a big deal. Something a little different in there. Hands are kind of tied because I ran out of ink on one of these, so. I think I can live with that. Kind of still in the learning phase. I would go back and then add in some small details here and there. There's a lot more that can be done. Come back and fix your teeth too. Thanks for watching.